everybody. It's me, Ashley Smith, meteorologist Ashley Smith here with your streaming show. And we actually have a lot to talk about because there's been some updates to our storm chances later today. We also have that wind advisory, which just now went into effect as of 10 a.m. And it remains in effect until 11 o'clock tonight. So everybody in the tri-state is under that wind advisory. It's actually includes, I think, the entire state of Ohio, Western Pennsylvania, most of West Virginia, most of Kentucky, Indiana, and a portion of Tennessee and Illinois. So a large portion of kind of the central portions of the country, or central portions of, I guess, the Ohio Valley included in this. So we're kind of right in the center of it. So yes, that wind advisory is now officially in effect. Hello, Becky. Good morning. So we're going to be talking about that. And again, kind of our rain and storm chances headed our way. Boy, this is a weird view. It's like the Ohio River looks almost like golden. You know what? Actually, I should check. I was upriver on Thursday and Friday and noticed that the river was running high. So let's see if there's any impact here. Mill Creek is running high. Twin Creek, that's outside of our viewing area, that's running high. It looks like the Ohio River, though, is okay. It is going to go up the next couple of days and into the new year, but well below flood stage. So it is on the rise, that's for sure. You can definitely tell. It's moving pretty fast, too, downriver. And then, of course, the clouds moving very quickly. Look at the plane right there. Clouds moving very quickly. It is very windy, of course, not just at the surface, but in the upper layers of the atmosphere as well. Okay, so no rain right now here in the downtown area, but we'll talk more about our chances for rain throughout the day. Today's high temperature, we actually have already hit 59 degrees. This is actually what this is meant to do, is show the warmest that it's been so far today. That's likely to be our official high temperature. Temperatures are now going to kind of stay steady or even drop into the afternoon. Normal high is 40. So again, today we're about 20 degrees warmer than normal. Yesterday it was 61 degrees. So again, about 20 degrees warmer than normal. Not record warmth, but still unusually warm, no doubt about that. Wind advisory continues. Hello, Jeff. Thank you. I appreciate that. So the wind advisory, again, and let me zoom this out so that you can see how large of an area it is included. Goes until 11 p.m. Winds will be sustained at 20 to 30 miles per hour, but gusts could be as high as 50 miles per hour. So look at that. Large portion of the country really included in this, and we're kind of right in the center. So it includes all of the tri-state. And it does include every single Ohio county, a large portion of West Virginia, Kentucky, portion of Tennessee, a portion of Illinois, a large part of Indiana, and Western Pennsylvania as well. So we're not the only ones that will be experiencing those wind speeds. And I do have the current speeds coming up here. They're going to, right now it's not terrible, but it's going to be getting stronger and stronger throughout the day. Okay. This is radar right now. We're starting to see the rain that we had. So the rain that we had very early this morning that maybe even woke you up, it was so loud. That has all lifted to the north. These showers that we see kind of in the eastern fringe of our viewing area, that's all exiting. But notice how there's more rain on the backside. We're going to continue to see these kind of scattered showers, this off and on rain throughout the day today. And for the most part, we should be able to avoid the severe storms you see. Those are severe thunderstorm and tornado watches and warnings across parts of the Carolinas. A portion of Georgia, I believe, is included in that too. But for us, what we'll be watching is when kind of this back end of this moisture, so moving through parts of Illinois right now and western Kentucky, once that kind of spins into the tri-state, that's when we could see our greatest chance for any kind of thunderstorms or maybe even severe storms. Now, while the chances of that are pretty small, the Storm Prediction Center has included us in a marginal threat, which is a 1 on a scale of 1 to 5. Only the northern portions of the viewing area. I'll show you that here coming up in just a bit, but just wanted to show you what radar looks like right now. So off and on showers possible throughout the day today. Even when it's not raining, it will be cloudy and definitely that damp feeling in the air. We've picked up a lot of rain, and this is just since midnight. And really, the rain even started before that. So when you look at storm total rainfall, it's going to be quite high because we saw rain in addition to what the totals that you see on the map right now. and then we're adding to it. So every local airport, with the exception of Batavia, has picked up more than an inch of rain since midnight. And Batavia is close to 3/4 of an inch of rain. So very heavy amounts of rain. I have not had any reports of any kind of flooding. Actually, I should double check that. But last I checked, there were no reports of flooding or high water or anything like that. But we'll have to, here we go. But we'll have to keep an eye on it because, again, that ground is very saturated and it won't take much to see some problems. Let me see. Yeah, we don't have anything. So no reports of any kind of problems with the rain. Hi, John. Good morning. Okay, but yes, but we have seen quite a bit. These are the current wind speeds. Let me find the gusts. Okay. So sustained winds right now, 10 to 15 miles per hour, but the gusts are much higher. We'll go to that next. And again, the winds are only going to be picking up throughout the day today. So now might be the time, if you're trying to get the Christmas decorations down, if you're trying to run out to the store, the roads this is going to be the best shape they'll be in for much of the day. I think for the next couple of hours, you have a little bit of time. The winds are not terrible yet, but they're going to be picking up too. So now might be the time to do some of those things that you might need to do outside, let the dog out, whatever it may be. Current temperatures, and these have been very steady. I mean, we've probably been at 59 degrees at CVG for 4 or 5 hours at this point. Actually, I could look that up. But yes, it has been a, one of those days, and it's going to stay that way where the temperature just doesn't really budge very much. Okay, well, it was technically 58 at 9 a.m., but it has been, let's see, since midnight, we've been 55, 56, 58, 59. So temperatures have only moved 4 degrees all morning, all day, I guess I should say. But yes, those temperatures will stay very steady throughout the rest of the day today. Here's a look at Turfway Park. Cloudy skies, overcast skies, but visibility not too bad because we're not seeing that rain right now here at Turfway Park. Winds out of the south at 8 miles per hour. Camera moving a little bit in the breeze, but again, that's only going to be picking up throughout the day today. So this is that severe outlook that I was talking about earlier. So Storm Prediction Center has just these areas in a marginal threat for severe storms today. So Fayette, Union, Franklin County, Butler, Warren, Clinton, Highland counties, and then the northern portions of Brown County, kind of in the panhandle there, Claremont County, and the northern portion of Hamilton County. So not everybody, it's the further north and northeast you go. And this is mainly for later on today. Again, as I mentioned, kind of that backside of that precipitation once it moves through. That's when we're going to see that greatest threat for severe weather. Now, in the Storm Prediction Center has gone back and forth on this. At first, they didn't have us in any threat. Then they added us to that marginal threat. I think there's a lot of uncertainty with this forecast, not just from what we're seeing with the First Alert weather team. I was talking to Ethan Emery earlier today about this. And not only are we, there we go, I got it. It was like a piece of hair on my eyelash. Not only are we not very confident about this forecast, but other forecasters, Storm Prediction Center, the forecasters at the National Weather Service have also been a little uncertain. So what that tells us is that when these storms move into the area, they will run into an environment that could be conducive to some stronger storms. So definitely wind gusts will be the main threat. There could potentially be rotation in these storms. I think the chance of that is very small. We'll keep an eye on this, though. We'll keep an eye on radar as well. And if anything changes, of course, we'll pass that along to you. But right now, I would say the chances for any kind of severe weather is very small around here. But the chance is there. So if you are planning to be out and about today, maybe traveling, maybe, again, getting rid of those Christmas decorations or taking the dog for a walk, I don't know, whatever you have planned today, just keep an eye to the sky, have that First Alert weather app with you because it will alert you if there's storms in your area because it's definitely possible that we have additional thunderstorms later this afternoon. So let's get into this hourly forecast. So here's one of those lines of storms that moves through. Now, I think this is a little bit overdone, but this is what we would be watching for, kind of these individual cells that move in. So between, say, noon and 1, we could see additional thunderstorms moving into the area. Now, this is just one forecasting model. They don't all depict the same thing. This particular model pretty much dries us out by 6 p.m. at the latest, maybe even earlier than that, with all of those storms kind of lifting to the north. It's definitely more optimistic than some of the other models that we've seen, but look at the big temperature drop too. We're from close to 60 degrees right now down to 42 by 8 p.m. So definitely going to notice a cool down into the evening hours. Tomorrow, for the most part, is dry. We could have a sprinkle or two, but we don't expect anything widespread or significant until Tuesday morning, which of course is New Year's Eve. We see additional rainfall moving into the area, perhaps some pockets of heavier rain Tuesday. That continues off and on throughout the afternoon. So again, kind of much like what we're experiencing today. And then it gets colder on Wednesday. And you notice that there is some snow kind of just outside of the viewing area Wednesday. We have the chance for flurries in our forecast here, but the chances are very small. Nothing will stick. Temperatures remain above freezing as that snow is falling. So some wet surfaces, but not looking like slick roads. But definitely something to keep an eye on because we're still several days away. The models could change, but right now it doesn't look like a big deal. So scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder possible on Tuesday, and then it changes to flurries on Wednesday. Not for everyone, though. Some of us see the flurries on Wednesday, and it does not look like it's going to be sticking. Yeah, I would imagine working outside today would not be fun either, Jeff. Yeah, I do not envy any of those folks that have to be outside today. Here are the wind gusts, and notice how significant these get later this afternoon. 40, 45 miles per hour. And then the model agrees with the National Weather Service with that wind advisory showing that wind speeds, wind gusts could get as high as 50 miles per hour at times this afternoon. The winds do diminish, though, during the overnight hours. Okay, I'm going to show you this wider view of the model and any kind of precipitation headed our way for the next several days, because if you are traveling, you may want to be able to see kind of the region as a whole. So there's the rain today, obviously very overdone on this model, but it does show the timing pretty well with it tapering off this evening. Tomorrow is dry. Tuesday is wet. Rain moves in already by early Tuesday morning, and then we do have that rain changing over to a little bit of light snow by Wednesday. Doesn't last very long. It's not going to be something we have to deal with throughout the day on Wednesday. And then we're dry Thursday before another round of possibly light snow or flurries moves in Friday. We're dry Saturday, and then Sunday, another round of wet weather will be possible. So kind of very active weather pattern, no doubt about that, especially as we head into the first part of next week. It's also not only going to be active, or the first part of the new year, I should say. Not only is it going to be active, but it's also going to be a lot colder. So now instead of talking about all of this very heavy rain, we will be talking about the potential for some snow across the area. Again, that's not until like the first week of January. These are additional rainfall totals on top of what we already have. So most of this would be anything that we get Tuesday and any additional rain that we get today. You're looking at around an inch or less for most locations. And again, this is kind of a rough estimate. It depends where we see any kind of thunderstorm setting up or where that rain lingers a little bit longer. All right, here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Temperatures remain in the 50s through the end of the year. And then for the new year, we see that drop in temperatures back down into the 30s for Wednesday. We stay in the 30s Thursday and Friday with dry weather Saturday, but cold, high of only 29. Again, that would be Saturday the 4th. And cold in the morning too, temperatures in the teens. Now we go beyond the 7-day forecast and it's still cold. Temperatures in the 20s and 30s for highs, overnight lows close to single digits and teens. So a very cold kind of first full week there of January. And pretty active too, with multiple chances for rain and snow. So definitely seeing some changes as we get into the new year. Let's go back and look at anything on radar. Let me catch up with any of your questions. Oh, Rachel's asking about severe chances. 1 second, Rachel. Let me look at radar right now. So yeah, not much going on. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Not much going on radar right now. Just a few showers. I do have, well, here we go. I do have lightning turned on. No lightning showing up. There's no watches or warnings except for the, of course, the wind advisory for us locally. And as we widen the view, you do see, that's not what I meant to do. That severe weather across parts of North Carolina, South Carolina, I guess even into parts of Florida. What we're going to be watching And again, I do have lightning turned on right now, and even that area to the west across Illinois, there's no lightning showing up. I believe our lightning data goes to like central Illinois, so we should be able to see lightning if there was any lightning bolts in this storm. It doesn't look like there is right now, but that's the area that we would be most concerned about for any kind of stronger thunderstorms or severe weather. Again, the outlook for severe storms for us today only includes kind of the northernmost counties. Fayette, Union, Franklin County included in that. Butler, the northern portions of Hamilton County, all of Butler, Warren, Clinton, Highland County, northern portions of Brown and Claremont counties as well. It's a marginal threat. It's a 1 on a scale of 1 to 5. It's not a very high probability of seeing thunderstorms or severe thunderstorms, but the chance is there. Let's see, they give us only a 5% chance of any kind of wind damage. Hail is non-existent, and then the tornado threat is north of us. So it would be strong winds, damaging winds that would be possible for us. Very low confidence on this. So not just for us, meteorologists here, but also from the Storm Prediction Center, from the National Weather Service. It's kind of one of those, and confidence is low, but also the probability of it is low. But one of those things where we're just going to have to keep an eye on radar. And again, it's mostly later this afternoon, I would say after 1 p.m. that we would see any of those stronger thunderstorms. So if you do need to get anything done, now is the time to do it while the winds aren't quite very high right now. And they're only going to get higher. And then the rain isn't that bad right now, and that's only going to get worse. So. And again, I want to mention that with the rain, well, yes, Jeff. So originally I was kind of I was of the thought, school of thought that we weren't going to see any thunderstorms today because the environment, the atmosphere is not conducive to seeing any of those storms. So, however, Storm Prediction Center kind of included us in that marginal threat in the last couple of hours. So now, obviously, their confidence has increased, or at least they're seeing the uncertainty. So yes, to answer your question, I do think that the cloudy skies and the rain that we're getting right now, kind of those stray showers ahead of this main line, I do think that that's going to help us out in the long run and lower our chances for severe storms. But again, it's just something that we'll have to watch. It's a very small chance to see any of those storms, but the chances are there. Okay. Okay, I think I've answered all the questions. Best way to get those alerts is to have the First Alert Weather app, because it will tell you if there's severe weather in your area, or just some way to have those alerts. I mean, obviously, I'm going to tell you about our app because I think it's the best, but just have a way to get those alerts. That's really all that we want, is for you to be alerted to those storm chances. Also this time of year, I mean, being that it's December 29th, a lot of people aren't thinking about thunderstorms or severe weather, and so it's another reason to make sure that everybody's aware of that. Okay, I think that's all that I have for you. Of course, Ethan Emery will be back in later this evening. I will be back tomorrow morning. Geez, I cannot string those words together. But I think I'm going to sign off for now. Thank you guys so much for joining me and for all of your questions. Yeah, and I will see you tomorrow.